First, let me say this to the sisters who keep inboxing me on Instagram, asking me if they have to be 5'5" to be considered as a wife. Let me say this to the sisters who keep inboxing me on Instagram, sliding into my DMs, asking me if you have to be 5'5" to be considered as a wife. 5'5" is a metaphor. 5'5" is a metaphor. You can be 5'1", you could be 5'2", you could be 5'6", you could be 5'7", you could be 5'8". 5'9" is my cutoff. 5'9" is my cutoff. My first love was 5'9", rest in peace to her. My first love was 5'9", rest in peace to her. My first love was 5'9", rest in peace. 5'9" is the cutoff, because that was the height of my first love. 5'9" is the cutoff. Rest in peace to her. I don't have a short cutoff. You could be 4'5", 4'6", 4'7". 5'5" is a metaphor. But let me tell you what is not a metaphor. Thick in the thighs is not a metaphor. You must be curvy and conscious. You must be curvy. 5'5" is a metaphor. Thick in the thighs is not. If you were cursed with a Neanderthal booty, if you were cursed with a Neanderthal backside, if you were cursed with a cave-dwelling booty, that's okay. That's okay. Emphasize your other assets. Emphasize the intellectual, because it's about the brains over the booty. It's about the black consciousness over the booty. But for Prince of Pan-Africanism, for King Kong of consciousness, for the intercontinental Ifatunde, you understand me? There must be a little bit. It ain't got to be a lot. There got to be a little bit of junk in your trunk. 5'5" is a metaphor. Thick in the thighs is not. I understand it's hard for a people who've been told for 500 years that being a black African is the worst curse in human existence. I know this is what you believe. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I'm an African. Show me a Hebrew Israelite skeleton. Show me a Hebrew Israelite skeleton. Show me a Hebrew Israelite skeleton in the ground. You can't. Do you know why you can't show me a Hebrew Israelite skeleton in the ground? Because Hebrew is not a race. Hebrew may be an ethnicity. It may be a culture. It may be a religion, but there's no such thing as a Hebrew race. So if there's no such thing as a Hebrew race, what race do the Hebrew people belong to? See, you can fool all the people some of the time, and you can fool some of the people all the time, but you can't fool DR.UMAR none of the time. I'm going to ask you again. There's a Hebrew religion. There's a Hebrew culture. There may be a Hebrew ethnicity. Can you show me a Hebrew skeleton in the ground? Show me a Hebrew skeleton. You can't show me a Hebrew skeleton because Hebrew is not a race. Hebrews belong to the African race. If you want to hate being African, that's your business. But don't hop on my live with your intellectual masturbation thinking you're teaching me anything. These damn religious lunatics keep popping on my page. I don't have a problem with your religion, my brother. You can pray to the trash can if you want. Go and pray to the car tire. You can go pray at the front of the corner store. Go pray to the statues of white Jesus. I don't care how you pray, my brother. The only thing I'm concerned about with black people, the only thing I'm concerned about is how do you think? That's it. I don't care if you're vegetarian. I don't care if you're vegan. I don't care if you're a fruitarian. I don't care If you are a meat-tarian, a seafood-tarian, a pescatarian, you can eat pork chops all day long. I don't care if you eat pig guts, pig feet, pig head, pig intestine. I don't care how you eat. I only care how you think. The revolution is concerned about your thinking process. We need strong-minded Pan-African soldiers, revolutionaries, nationalists, activists. I don't care how you pray, my brother. I ain't got nothing wrong with the Hebrews. I got African Hebrew Israelites that I'm tight with. I got African Hebrew Israelites that I bang with. I got African Hebrew Israelites that I roll with. Ain't no problem with your religion, brother, but don't come bringing me some religion. Ain't no religion ever saved black folks, and ain't no religion ever gonna save black folks. Leave me alone. See, I never go on nobody else's live. You have never seen me ever in your life hop on somebody's live and try to convince them to join some religion. You ain't never seen me do that. But every time I go live, I got some religious Negro who wants to come on my page preaching from an old book, trying to get me to think that my solutions for the future are in the past of an old book. Leave me alone. Listen, for my American Indians, for my Pretendians, listen, if you want to be a Pretendian, I have no problem with that. You want to be a Choctaw, you want to be a Cherokee, no problem. You want to be a Seminole, no problem. I'm just asking you one thing. Where is your casino so we can hire some of these black men on the street? I don't want to hear about no damn Pretendian nation until you got a reserve with a casino and some land so you can build some houses and create some jobs for black people. All this Pretendian rhetoric. I keep hearing about all these Pretendians, but I ain't seen no land, no casinos, no businesses, no institutions. Can somebody please show me a single Pretendian reservation? I'ma wait. Can somebody please show Dr.UMAR? Can somebody give me the name or the address of a Pretendian reservation, Pretendian casino? Because all the Native Americans I see, they got land, they got casinos, they got their own schools. Can somebody show me a Negro Pretendian community that has its own land, its own businesses, its own schools, its own communities? Otherwise, this is a bunch of intellectual masturbation. Intellectual masturbation. You don't want to be black. You're ashamed of being African, so you're going to create a fictitious identity. And let me say this, it is your right to create a fictitious identity. I ain't got no problem with you. Pan-Africanism is the original black man's ideology. Pan-Africanism will be the black man's last ideology. All the greatest leaders were Pan-Africanists. All the greatest revolutionaries were Pan-Africanists. No other ideology can touch us. None of you. No religious ideology, no political ideology. Nobody can compete with Marcus Garvey. Nobody. Nobody can compete with Kwame Nkrumah. Nobody. Nobody can compete with Patrice Lumumba. Nobody. Nobody can compete with Henry Haile Garnett. Nobody. And in the modern time, right now, not one of you can compete with me. Not one of you. On no level, you can't tie my shell tops. Okay? So there's no competition here. I have no competition. Pan-Africanism has no competition. Not the Pretendians, not the Hebrews. None of you are a threat to anything we do, believe, or working for. But what I'm asking for is this. If the Pretendians are serious about being Indians, because I've already told you, the first Americans were Africans. Let me say that again. The first people on this continent were from Africa. It was recorded, it is written, it is archived, It's in Africa. It's in the libraries over here. The scholarship has been done. The first people here were Africans. That's undisputable. Okay? But y'all don't want to admit that because you hate yourself. So, Pretendians, where are your institutions? If you want people to join your fictitious nation, you have to have institutions for these people. Where are the Pretendian communities? Where are the Pretendian casinos? Where are the Pretendian reserves? You don't have none, and you're never going to get none. And I'm going to tell you why. None of the leaders of the Pretendian community, not one of them, is an institution builder or an activist. Not one. Let me say it again. I need my millennial gang to listen up because y'all the ones they brainwashing. I need my millennial gang to listen up. There's not a single Pretendian spokesperson who is an activist or an institution builder. Every last one is a YouTubian blogger. That's it. That's all they ever going to do the rest of their life. Come back 20 years from now. We're going to have 20 FDMG academies, and they will still be on YouTube telling you you're not from Africa, you are a Pretendian. No jobs for your kids, no security for your women, no institutions for the people, no land that they own. They are nothing but YouTubian bloggers and opportunists. They are not activists. They are not institution builders. See, that's why the Pan-Africanists are always going to win out, because we do street work. We do work. Somebody help me out. We got all these rappers and all these athletes and all these actors and all these singers with all this money. We ain't got a single black Wall Street in America. Jay-Z is a billionaire. Kanye is a billionaire. LeBron is a billionaire. Bob Johnson is a billionaire. Whitney Houston is the richest woman in North American history. No disrespect to none of them. No disrespect to none of them. I like all of them, right? But can somebody tell me how you got all these billionaires and all these millionaires and you ain't got a single black Wall Street in black America? Somebody help me out. What am I missing here, Negropeans? What am I missing here? Listen, I respect my brother Kanye, no disrespect. But if Kanye want to impress me, build a black Wall Street. No disrespect to Jay-Z. If Jay-Z want to impress me, build a black Wall Street. No disrespect to Oprah. No disrespect to LeBron James. But if you want to impress me, build a black Wall Street. Go buy one of these towns for sale. Go buy one of these towns for sale. Go buy one of these towns for sale and open up an independent school, a real independent school, okay? A real independent black bank, a real independent black hospital, a real independent black supermarket, a real independent black manufacturing sector to give jobs to black people. Do that. Do that, and I will praise your name from now unto eternity. Do that. Because until you do that, you have done nothing for black folks. I don't care how many people you paid to get out of jail. That's good. I commend you, but that's not changing nothing. I don't care how many documentaries on police brutality you pay for. That's good. I commend you, but that's not changing nothing. I don't care how many protests you go to. I don't care how many congressional hearings you sit in. I don't care how many protests, how many interviews you do. That means nothing. If you want to change black America, you build institutions that black people control. See, this is Leo season. Let me explain something. Where my lions at? This is Leo season. Leo season, the lion. The sun is the planet of the Leo. If you're a Leo, you are ruled by the sun, right? The sun is the center of this solar system. I don't believe this is the only solar system. This is the solar system. This is our solar system. The sun is the center of the solar system. Do you know what that means? Every planet revolves around the sun. Mercury around the sun. Venus around the sun. Mars around the sun. Earth around the sun. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. All the planets have to revolve around the sun. I am King Leo. So that means the conscious community is always going to revolve around me. It ain't my fault. It revolved around Marcus Garvey, another Leo. That's not his fault. Okay? That's the way it is. So just deal with it. Okay? Leos are the rulers of the solar system. That's just the way it is. These were given to me as gifts, by the way. I didn't buy, these were gifts. I forgot who bought these for me. My lions.